All birds fly south for the winter. By learning ready. The wind felt like ice pellets against his feathers. Otto fluttered around a bit, trying to adjust to the change. But it was impossible to stay warm. Since Otto was born in the spring, he didn't know anything about how to stay warm when coldness set in. He asked bee, cat, frog, and dog. But no one knew how birds stayed warm when winter came. Not knowing what to do, Otto flew to find Mama. Surely an old bird like Mama knew what he needed to do to stay warm. Mama was glad to see Otto, her last little bird, to leave the nest. They perched on blades of grass, eating the bits of food that had been tossed onto the ground. Mama listened to Otto's very important question. All birds fly south for the winter, she explained. Well, many birds do. Where was this south anyway? Otto asked. How will I get there? He wanted to know. Mama chuckled. You have wings. You will fly like all the other birds. Suddenly, Otto was very upset. He had never been anywhere too far from home. Now he would have to fly south. Why, he didn't even know where south was.
Mama reminded Otto of his time in the nest. He was the last of her baby birds left. He wasn't anything like her other little ones. Otto had been the first of the eggs laid, and the last one to hatch. And the last hatchling to leave the nest, against his wishes, of course. Otto had always had his own time. Which is why Mama knew she would have to do something to get Otto out of the nest. She gently nudged the baby bird to the edge of the nest. Otto was terrified. He'd never flown before. What if he was one of those birds that couldn't fly? Why couldn't he just stay in the nest with Mama forever? Deep into his thoughts, Otto had little time to prepare as he was suddenly booted from the nest. He cried for his Mama as she flew alongside him as he drifted to the ground. Flap your wings, Otto, she insisted. Flap. Otto opened his eyes and wildly began flapping like Mama told him. He could feel her swooping in every time he was about to give up. Then something amazing happened. Otto no longer felt Mama's pecking and prodding because he was gliding through the air on his own. Otto knew Mama was right. The more he thought about it, the more excited Otto became to fly off on this new adventure to south. He was still a little scared of flying south for the first time on his own, but he knew that he would be okay. Like Mama said, he could do anything he set his mind to doing. But what would he do in a strange place by himself, he wondered.